Hi everyone, my name is Kyler McBee and I'm joined here with
Imad Awadallah.
We were just at the conference and you were actually in there with sitting down with listening, and you couldn't take it and you stood up and you left. And could you clarify more on what was going on, why you decided to leave?
Well, he was talking about the different fear elements that he's spewing, and I couldn't argue with the financial aspect of what he's talking about. Financials, bringing refugees is a financial burden in the short term, but in the long term, it's a benefit to our society, to our country. I couldn't argue with this. Only a short-sighted person would, fall for that trap. But then he started talking about the ideology, and it's something I know something or two about. And this is where I couldn't take it, because he is just absolutely lying through his teeth. And I just couldn't take it, so I had to basically tell him that he lies and leave.
What part was he lying about?
Everything. Everything. So first off, he's talking about the ideology, and he's talking about all these troubled spots in the world, and it just so happened that they're Muslims. So he's saying that 96% of the refugees are Muslims. Well, the rules of statistics play here. The majority of the people are suffering are Muslims. And the 4% that he's talking about is the Christians, the Yazidis, and all the people that he said that they were not allowed get granted the refugee status. So that's one. The other one is that Muslims have somehow cannot be assimilated and are completely against the Western cultures. That the Muslims people hate the Western cultures and are supposed to kill them, and I just completely off base. And then after I stepped out, he continued his talk about the concept of hijrah. The concept of hijrah is to leave a place where your life is threatened for any reason and go to a safer place. And when you go into that safer place, you become a good citizen, because that's what Islam is all about, is being a good citizen. Islam is a faith of an individual, and I have no right to forcing you to become Muslim or follow my faith, because all I want to do is go to a place, hijrah, migrate, and save my life, save my family, and also practice my faith freely.
And do you live in Idaho?
I do.
Correct?
Yeah, I've been living here for 20 years.
For 20 years,
and I'm not a refugee. I am not a refugee.
And I noticed
I am a privileged person, and I'm not a refugee. But I am fighting for a good cause here, because I think what refugees do to this country is give it texture. This is the country of immigrants, and I hate for the United States of America to actually have people like this guy telling us, to stop our immigration policy and stop being friends with people who are oppressed.
And I noticed your sign, it states how they are from out of state, and Mr. Holten, he is actually not from here. He mentioned in the conference this was his first time visiting. Do you think he has a right to come to Idaho and speak on something like this?
Shame on our people, our legislative people here, to actually allow him to come here and spread this message of hate. He might be right about a point or two, maybe specifically the financials. I can't argue with those, but on the essence of his message, he should not be allowed here.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.